Welcome back to the second episode of the Bar Talk. This episode is sponsored by Gents of Brooklyn UK. And today we're going to give a shout out to Skinny Cider and Alcohol. In this cider by here is only 89 calories. It's 50% fewer calories than normal ciders. The taste is very, very good. And me and my guest by here, Liam Williams, former two-weight British champion, former Commonwealth champion, world title contender, WBC silver champion. Have I missed anything out?
WBO European.
WBO European.
And WBO Intercontinental.
It would have been quicker for me to mention what you haven't done in boxing.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to these, and we're going to get into a nice little chat today, and something a little bit different. We're going to have a little dive into your history on how you got into boxing and stuff, Lee. And so yeah, let's start off. Well, how have you been?
Alright, yeah, just been nice and busy, to be honest with you. Keep myself occupied. I've been training a few people at the gym. Just basic fitness, a little bit of boxing, lose a bit of weight, whatever it is you want. So I've just been keeping myself busy with all that kind of stuff, keeping the mind active, and not much else really. Do a good bit of grubbing, plenty relaxing, nice holidays and stuff. So yeah.
What about the new gym? Just give us a little shout out to your gym that's going to be opening soon.
Opening my own little gym, LW Boxing Fitness and Boxing, whichever you want to say it. So the gym is going to be ready soon. I'm using a different gym at the moment, but next couple of weeks it's going to be up and running, and everyone's welcome. Search me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and hit me up if you fancy it.
Happy days, right? So we're going to get into a little bit down a trip down memory lane. So just start off where you grew up, how you started getting into boxing, and we'll go from here.
So grew up. I was quite a mad kid. Obviously, Clydach, one of the valleys. Quite a mad kid, always up to no good. Not so much like, when I say no good, it wasn't just kid, being a young kid, being a bit wild, energetic, always a bit mad and doing shit I shouldn't have been. So my man sent me to the gym with Pete. I have a Bartlett on my forearm there. He lived on the street from me, see Pete. So my man sent me over to the gym with Pete, couple of sessions, and took to it really well. And it's just one of those things really. I never really planned to become a boxer or turn professional or win the things which I did win, but it's one of them things which, one thing led to another, and I kept doing well, so never really thought about where I was going, or it's just but yeah, it's been a good road.
You mentioned Pete. How much did he mean to you growing up through when he was coming through, not just the amateurs, because I know he supported you all the way and you supported him.
Yeah, it was one of those. So Pete trained me from when I was 9 years old, maybe just before my 9th birthday, something like that, all the way through till I was like 18. Yeah, 18. So 9 years of actually training me. But even when I left and turned professional with Gary Lockett, always kept. He lived on the street from me, so very easy to keep in touch. I always used to pop down. I used to take him to the gym, take him for food, coffee, whatever. Just get him out, and obviously he was getting on a bit at this stage, so just try and keep him out and active, and keep him mingling with everybody. And he loved this, so always meant the world to me. Because if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be where I am now, or achieved what I've achieved. So he's Pete was some man, unbelievable, and think about him every day, most days.
It's hard not doing a tattoo there as well, as a complete honourable thing to do. Like, it's a beautiful fucking thing to have.
Yeah.
So what, was it somebody who got you into the boxing, was it a group of your friends? I think when I was.
Yeah, it was. I used to like boxing. I remember when I was a kid, I used to have I remember I had a book, Prince Nazir Ahmed, obviously Naz, superhero really, unbelievable. And it's mad because later on, when I used to train in Sheffield with Ingle Gym, I actually met Naz. He used to train there himself, and I had a good couple of chats with him and stuff, and it was like quite surreal moment, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, back to it, just pretty much started because I think it was like maybe pissing on one night, none of us had anywhere to go, and it was like, yeah, fuck it, let's go to the boxing gym. We hang about there, kill an hour or two, and let's just say it was a good handful or more. And they dropped off day by day, week by week, and in the end then I was the only one left, and it just turns out I was pretty good. So like I said earlier, it was one of those things I never really thought about too much or planned. It just snowballed, and I didn't really have much choice. I just become quite good, and I was in a position where then I would have been an idiot to let it go. You know?
Yeah. Do you believe in fate and stuff like that?
Not really. I've never really thought about it too much, but I do believe that certain things happen for a reason. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Definitely. So, but yeah, it was just one of those things. It just snowballed, mate, and here I am today.
Yes. So I know, obviously, for your pro career, you've always been known as an angry man and a very aggressive fighter. Yeah. Can you remember back to when you had your first couple of fights in the amateurs? Did you have that streak in you then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably more so, to be honest with you. When I was a kid, like, I wasn't very good technically. I was probably okay. I might be being a bit harsh on myself there, but I was okay. Like, just an example, like Alex, very good friend of yours, Alex Hughes.
Yeah.
Him, natural ability, unbelievable. Yeah. Like he could not train for 2 or 3 months. He'd come into the gym and he touched everybody up in sparring, making them fools. People who were fit as well. I didn't have that ability, so I always had to graft really hard to be good and be something, you know. And
you had to look at him and do that like. Fucking prick.
Piss me off. Fucking strangling daily. But yeah, it was always at the graft, and looking back, I think that was actually a good thing for me, because even though later on in my career I did develop a lot more skill and ring generalship and just all the rest that comes within that skill bracket, I did develop that, but then I had already had that work ethic put into me from having to do it to be decent. So both of them together.
I think that was always underrated. Sorry, with your free rule career as well. You know, when you become and you fighting for the British titles and stuff. You, like I just said as well, really. But you're always known for that aggression.
Yeah.
But very underestimated boxing skills. Yeah. You know, you can box as well as be that aggressive, and that's how you was able to set the aggression up with your big shots to get the stoppages all the time.
100%. And obviously on another note, when I'd have somebody hurt, like people, skillful fighters, they can have people hurt a number of times in a fight, they might not jump on them.
Yeah.
Like with me, I'm like, because I'm aggressive, if I have somebody hurt with one shot, that usually would mean the fight's over. I'm not letting them off. See red, and I want to put damage on them. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it did go a little bit amiss, and people, I didn't get credit as well for. I've always had very good timing. Like, slipping and counter punching and stuff comes within the skill, I guess. But that that I always had very good timing, and that's the main thing which I used to hurt people with. The shots coming back with someone else.
What about the transition from amateur to professional? How did you find that?
It was easy for me because as a kid, I was always a lump for kid. I was like, so when I was 13, I remember one time I boxed up to like 80 kilos. So for generally I fought 75 kilos, and then 13 to, let's just say 30, 31, I'm only fighting at 11.6, which is, what, 11 and a half, no, he's under 12 stone anyway.
So, that'd be...
No, sorry, was 75 kilos. I think he's just under 12 stone.
Yeah.
And then I'm fighting 11.6. Sorry,
Right, okay, yeah.
I'm just then. But so I'm fighting 17, 18 years later, like a couple of kilos later.
Yeah.
Which is mad, but I think that's where the skill started coming in as well. And because when I was a kid, I was always like a man fighting boys, and so I always just had that tear away.
Yeah.
You know, walk straight through people and didn't have to have any skill. Yeah, so it was quite easy for me to get to back to the question. It was quite easy for me because I always had that kind of style as a kid, and I think I was more suited to it anyway.
Yeah.
So I just fell into place with it.
Do you remember it? I was going to ask another question then, but do you remember your pro debut like it was yesterday?
Yeah, I remember boxing Aberdeen Sobel Centre, is it? the Michael Sobel or something, I guess.
In Aberdeen?
The Aberdeen
The sports centre thing?
Sports
Yeah.
So I boxed there, I boxed a guy called Ryan Clark, who had like well over 100 fights, I think. Didn't win many.
Oh, but it's a lot of experience, but
and I'm an 18-year-old. I'm like, you know, I have had 49 amateur fights, but still it's different. I'm a young man, but I'm still a boy, really.
Yeah.
And I'm fighting this older guy who's had over 100 professional fights.
Yeah.
So I'm shitting myself.
And knows how to survive it as well. You know what I mean? He knows how to be there, like.
And I've never really had much. I'm quite fearless. I don't really care. I'll fight anyone. Right now, but at this stage, it was all new to me because I was 18, fighting this guy, as I just said. First professional fight. Like, to me, this professional thing is a fucking big deal, and I never ever seen myself being there.
Yeah.
It's just like, it was a lot of pressure, but you know, I done really well. I beat the guy in points, 40, 36 or whatever it was. Won every round, and it just went on from there.
What was your first stoppage? Third, is it?
I think it was my third. Either second or third.
Second or third fight, yeah.
Pro fight, yeah.
What was that feeling like? Oh, especially on your debut, because a lot of people expect to get a first stoppage on a debut as well, don't they?
It was my second fight, I think, because I boxed a guy called, what was his name? Was it Paul Morby? Paul Morby.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, and fucking knocked him cold. Sent him sleeping, and it was in Tyler Town Sports Centre.
Yeah.
So
Was there was Barry Jones in that fight on that card?
Yeah.
And
Lewis Reese boxing.
Lewis Reese, that's it. Yeah.
Dorian Darch.
Who's the other fucking mad one who used to be down Gary as well? He was mad as fuck, he was. Oh, I can remember going in change rooms with Alex and he's like, yes.
Dale Evans.
And he sparred. No, not Dale. He used to have like mad piercing eyes as well. He was like, yes, warming up. He was like, can't wait for Ponty later.
You know what?
Alex one, no, I can't remember his
Come
name.
back to me, no,
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a couple of us on it. It was Dorian Darch was on it.
Lloyd Davis.
Juice there.
Yeah.
Lloyd Davis, yeah. It was a load of local Anthony Trow.
Yeah. I remember that show. Me and I went down with Alex,
It was
yeah.
a good night. In fact, I actually went to Ponty after that myself.
Oh, do
Because I remember I drove down there. I was obviously just boxed, heads over. And good story for you. I was driving down there, yeah, and Ian Jenkins, you might know him. Mad as fuck, yeah, like Evans.
Yeah.
And I was driving down, these were all steaming at this stage, yeah. And every 5 minutes, yeah, not even 5 minutes, every 2 minutes, he just put his arms on the front, yeah, and he just squeeze in Viagra jellies in my mouth. And look at you, must have about 4 or 5 of them, right?
Why was he putting Viagra in your mouth?
You tell me, I was walking on Ponty all night and I had a fucking walk on. I can't remember what they were called now, but class. That's why I remember it so clearly. I was only talking to Evans about it the other day.
Why was you taking him?
I was just driving, I was having to concentrate, yeah, but I just thought, fucking it's easy to just swallow. Take him on board.
What a mad bastard.
Great, man.
What's like?
Let me stop you a minute, John. Where's my bottle opener?
On the front there, yeah.
Getting all these skinnies down. Oh yeah, that's a good one that, innit?
Oh, brilliant, but
Classic.
where the fuck did I put it?
No? Watch this now.
No, I don't know where I can put it.
Aye!
Oh, it's there.
I know.
Oh.
I fucking swear to God, I was going to go like that then. Watch this now. I was going to do it on your table, but on that, so I didn't chip it.
Instead of using it,
I
like.
realised it was that. Oh, I can keep it on it. Crack again.
Oh, they're nice, aren't they?
They're banging, man.
Oh, so like you've always had that support. How many tickets you selling when you was going to like these sports centres and stuff, starting off the real grassroots of professional boxing?
It was very good, like even when, as I said, even at the start, and because it was like I built more support obviously as the years went on.
Yeah.
But like they were the best times for me. So because I was still quite young.
Yeah.
And like, so I sold 200 tickets my first fight from my mother's house, like just people come back and forth. And like them 200 people, a good 80-90% of them, I probably knew every one of them fairly close.
Really good, yeah. That's the beauty of living in the valleys.
It was a friend
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
You know, and it was good obviously as time went on. I'd have support from further afield, I'd be sending tickets to Manchester, Liverpool, London,
Yeah.
like wherever,
Yeah.
all around the UK, even further sometimes. And but they were the best days because everybody was like, it was a tight thing, you know.
And there's not so much pressure then, is it? You kind of, you don't know that you're going to go in and beat these journeymen, but they kind of they're not set up fights either. It's hard to explain really a journeyman.
Yeah, you got to get the right fights to bring.
Yeah, to bring someone's skill sets on, yeah. Yeah.
So, but as you said, with the win, it was like the win. It was more reward. Although they were nothing fights really yet. Like during when I won British title, that probably weren't as rewarding to me as what that Aberdeen or Tyler Sound fights were. Because they were all my friends.
Yeah.
And obviously, the other people. It's a massive thing. British title is a proud thing.
Yeah.
But you get the point what I'm trying to say because everyone was just so close and anybody can walk up to you. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Obviously in the bigger shows than that, it's not like that, is it?
Yeah.
So yeah, good times.
So you skipped over the Welsh title. Your first title, you was going straight on to fight for the British.
Yeah.
Leading up to that fight. Commonwealth, sorry, yeah. Leading up to that fight, I was there knowing, like you said, you didn't even expect to turn over professional. Now you're starting to go into this title fight. What was the feelings going into that?
Yeah, it was mad. It was like, it didn't feel real because like I remember, when I first had my first 4 rounder against this Ryan, whatever anyway. So my first 4 rounder against him, and I come through flying colours. But I thought to myself straight after that fight, as soon as that last bell went, first thing I thought, how the fuck am I ever going to do 12 rounds? It's impossible.
That's a scary thought, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I cannot do 12 rounds. So yeah, it was like then obviously just moving on and on. I had this title fight and obviously won that. I think it was the second round, I think. Second round stoppage. It was in London it was a Robin I can't remember, it was like a charity show, yeah.
All right, yeah.
So it was in Hilton, in the posh place in London was the Hyde Park.
Yeah.
It was there, so that was great. Then obviously moving on to the British title, second round stoppage again, Chris Carslow. That was the bigger one for me.
Yeah.
It was because it was in Manchester Arena. The first one was in the Hilton. It was only like 1,000 people, 1,000 tickets, something like that. The British title, that was the real like, fucking hell, this is, I'm here.
Yeah.
This thing started rapping here.
Very prestigious, the British title.
Yeah. So it all became real for me then. I thought, fucking hell, we could go somewhere. That's only the real time when it started to sink in, I would say.
Yeah.
That it could be more, you know.
Yeah, and it felt so nice you had to do it twice.
Yeah.
So how many two-weight British champions have you been? There's not many, is it?
I'm not too sure, to be honest with you, but I don't think there's too many.
There's not too many, no.
Yeah. And I won them and defended them both twice, so I never actually got a third.
Fuck, stinking.
So I had 4 defences.
4 defences, but you got to defend one 3 times, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was a bit shit, but you know, my name's still there in the record books, and so.
So as you're going through as well, did you see or notice the support growing as you're going through?
Yeah, it was like, it was funny really, because like I've always had so much local support there from Valleys now, but when the fights were bigger, I didn't have no more support from around the Valleys and stuff, because they're pretty much all already dead anyway from the start. But then it was growing from like further afield.
Yeah.
Which is quite mad, because I'm thinking, why did these people
yeah.
They're like a couple 100 miles away. Why do they care about fucking little Liam Williams?
Yeah.
But it's a great feeling, like it's really good that people showing the sport now.
Who was the first opponent where you thought, fuck, I'm in for a fight, but I could possibly lose
Ronnie Efron.
Ronnie Efron, yeah. That was Mark was in Manchester, wasn't he?
Yeah, Ronnie was in, I think that was Liverpool. I want to say Liverpool, but I could be wrong. That might be Manchester as well.
Yeah.
That was a British title, British Eliminator, or final, I can't remember if it was final or Eliminator, but either way. Because Ronnie, I remember I used to train with Ronnie back in Sheffield in the GB Olympic setup, and he was like a lot more experienced.
Yeah.
He was European champion as an amateur and all this kind of stuff. And as I said, on that amateur scene, I weren't really as skilled as a lot of them.
Yeah.
But Ronnie was skilled, and he was like a man fighting boys then, even as like a 18-year-old, let's say, it's a machine. So when that fight was made, I thought, like, I always believed in myself, but I thought, this is
no, this is real, yeah.
This is a real fight. I could quite potentially get my head punched in here.
Yeah.
And as it happens, I stopped him and fucking flew through the fight. But even though I was well on top in the fight, I think I stopped at 6. I was well on top. But every one of them rounds, I knew I was in a fight.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Was there any point in the fight where you thought, I got this?
Yeah. No, there was no point that
until it was stopped.
Until it got stopped.
Yeah.
There was no point in the fight where I thought, I got to win here, because I thought at any moment it could change, because he was in my face, trying to give it to me, you know.
How many years after did you fought Mark? His brother, if anyone don't know, Mark Efron is his brother.
It would have been probably, this is a guess, but I'm thinking like 7 years.
You two really hated each other as well, don't you?
Me and Mark, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what, it's mad, because I actually speak to Mark, I wouldn't say regular, but every couple of months or whatever, we have a chat, and I was a family, I was training, I was just general shit really. But he's alright, he's a nice guy. Back then, I'll be honest with you, I thought he was a knobhead. And I have this different view of him, which I know him slightly better now. And, So yes, I like him.
What does your family think? I know your father loves it and stuff, doesn't he? What does your mother and your sisters and that think about it?
They love it as well.
They love it?
Yeah. They used to be like proper shitting themselves now when I'm fighting. Even my man, he's like a tough guy. He doesn't show a lot. But even when by him speaking to me, a conversation which we would have day to day, I could sense.
Yeah.
Know when somebody's on edge.
Just someone's on nervous.
So I constantly, how you feeling? Like, I hate this one as well. And they always go, "Are you gonna win?" Well, I fucking hope so.
I'm not fucking Mystic Meg, I don't know, but I'm gonna give it a go, like.
I hope so, but I'm definitely going there to win. Yeah. So, I hate, like the average person on the street asking, so what do you reckon, are you going to win? Well, I plan to, but couldn't fucking lose also, like, you never know.
You like, your next fight, like, one of your real fights was Liam Smith as well. Was there any time that your family said, oh look, I don't want to do this fight?
There was, to go back to the Ronnie Efron fight, because my mother, she's quite clued up. She always followed a lot of boxing.
Yeah.
Since I started, she shows interest and she follows a lot of people. And she knows, like, obviously the reputation that he had coming through. They were saying he was going to be the next Ricky Hatton, body puncher, RH as well. And all that, there's all similarities and they were comparing,
All the bollocks.
Frank Warren was bigging him up again to be the next big thing. And I said, I went home one day from the gym and I said, "Man, I got the Ronnie Efron fight for British Eliminator." And she went to me, "You stole her?" And she was like, "Oh. So what do you think of that?" I said, "Shut the fuck up." You fucking speak to the guy. I said, "Fucking doubted me." And I walked out. Because I know.
Poor lady didn't even say anything.
I know she's only worried, yeah, but I can't be around that.
Yeah, no, yeah,
If
yeah.
you're being negative.
You need full confidence now.
If you're being negative, get the fuck away from
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
Because if I go somewhere there and go for this fight, yeah,
Yeah.
I don't need any negative.
You don't need doubts. It's a tough game, but if you're going in there with doubts in your head, it's going to show when you're in there.
Yeah, 100%. And in fact, like, you know, you're training and preparation, it's like, so is that niggling thought in the back of your mind in there.
Yeah.
So you just need to be, like, just kill or be killed.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
quite kill, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she said that to me. Obviously, she was doubting it. And so I put her back in her place and fucking...
Was there ever a time you doubted yourself?
Probably a little bit even in that fight as well. Especially with her. I think that's why I reacted the way I did.
Yeah, yeah. Because you
So
say it just triggered something that you was already maybe thinking.
I was thinking that's
Yeah,
what it was.
yeah.
She said the words I was thinking.
Yeah, yeah.
I not so much thinking, but like around about, I was a little bit. I don't know whether this one might be a step too far because don't forget it was quite early as well. I think it was like 11, 12 fights maybe.
Yeah.
So like, you know, in professional boxing that's relatively inexperienced.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that was obviously my first, in my eyes, very competitive match.
Yeah.
And that's why it brought these feelings. But that also benefited me a lot, going and winning that fight the way I did, because then I thought, why am I doubting myself? I need more confidence, and I did build more confidence from that point on.
Did you need kind of that danger thought in your mind to get motivated?
I've always been better in a fight when I've got that bit of
Grit and thinking I'm
Bit of
afraid,
fear
like yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Not fear, like maybe that's not the right word, but
Nervousness of yeah.
this, you know, if I lose you, where am I going type thing.
Yeah.
And he was also, a lot of that came into it with his brother Mark, because he was 21-0, 19 knockouts, could punch through fucking brick. Yeah. And I thought, if I get it on the chin by this guy, it could be good night, do you know what I mean? So that was another reason with that fight going in. I was on my toes and I was sharp.
Yeah. You didn't really get hit by him, did you, to be able to tell us about his power match?
Once I got hit by him a couple of times, but like nothing massive,
smack on there.
clean.
Yeah.
The one time, I think it was a left hook, he fucking grazed me on the chin. He didn't quite hit me first right, and I thought, oh my god, fucking he's broke my jaw. Right? And that was like probably 4 or 5 rounds in, and I thought, I didn't want to get hit by him.
Yeah.
After that, getting it half a shot on the chin, I definitely don't want
to get flashed.
No, because I know that's going to fucking do damage. Like. So yeah, you need that bit of fear factor, I guess.
So then you moved on then to the Liam Smith fight, which fucking in my eyes was a terrible decision. It was a clear head, but it should have gone to the scorecard. You was up by 1 round, I think.
No,
on the first fight.
In my eyes.
Oh no, you was up. Yeah.
I can't remember what the exact scores were.
On the cards, I think you was up by 1 round.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But I thought I won 6 or 7.
Yeah, definitely.
Rounds.
Yeah, clear as well. Yeah.
But again, at the time he was Frank Warren's boy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he was world champion and all this and that. So I think that was taken into account. But the end, you stayed to see him, you know.
Fucking plain as day, plain sight.
He fainted the jab and ran the dog.
Yeah. What was the referee comes over and speaking to you in the corner? Obviously, he needs to give the call. What was he saying to you? Was he saying it was from a punch?
So we said to him, Gary's like, look at his fucking eye, like he'd been headbutted in the eye, and he goes, nah, get on with it, he said. I said, you fucking fat prick. What are you talking about, dumb? No, get on with it.
I know. Never thought to do his life, probably.
Whether he's thinking, get on with it or not, the point of the matter is he needs to say whether it was legal or illegal.
Yeah.
And he comes back after and says it was caused by a punch.
That's fucking plain as day.
Fat shit.
Was that one of your fights where you, like, not regret, but, you know, have a fight that plays on your mind a lot because of the way it ended?
Yeah, it was one of, you know, it is what it is. I don't look back too much. It's pointless. What's the point in going back? We're all grown, innit? But, like, there's things, after that fight, I had good money for that. I had, like, my first decent money fight there. And, I thought I was a superstar. I think, I'll say, you know, in his old news, but I think I had like 150 grand there. Yeah. And he was like, fucking hell, I'm the man. Yeah. Especially
when you come from these areas, though. To other people who might be listening, who might be from, like, you know, like London or something. Yeah. To us, in this valley, 150 grand's a lot of money.
Bear in mind, that's like me at 22, I think.
Yeah.
23 maybe. And, so I'm the man. We had the rematch. I was getting the same money. I thought, fucking killed it. So I didn't give a shit. During the second fight, I could have won that fight. I didn't give a shit. I was going into that fight. I was going there to pick up my money.
Yeah?
I went asked. I wanted to win.
Yeah.
But I didn't really care if I lost.
So you're training and stuff going leading up to that fight. You were just thinking about the money more than in.
I'm not kidding you, right? I swear to everyone, you know. 3 weeks before that fight, right? I was on a mad one.
Was it?
I was smashed. I remember going to, I won't say names, but I went to Custom House in Penarth,
Yeah.
And I went down there, I started drinking wine. A couple of glasses of rosé wine's not going to hurt me. It's not going to make me unfit. A little bit of weight here and there. Went down there, smashed. Drove home, right? Absolutely fucking leaden. Yeah. And I was smashed all night. And it wasn't just drinking.
Yeah.
It was other things.
Yeah.
That was 3 weeks before the fucking biggest fight of my life. Well, that and the last, you know.
Yeah.
Against Liam Smith, who's a fucking handful for anyone.
Yeah.
Even when they're at the best. So it just goes to show I obviously had that kind of feeling of, this is it now, whatever. If I get beat again, I've got 300 grand.
Yeah.
I'm just going to fuck off and I won box again. But that was the one which really made it sink into me. After that, I really kicked myself.
I need to fucking...
Because I've lost again. And I've gone into the fight not caring.
Yeah.
So once I've lost again, I thought, what have I done there? This is not me. I'm a winner. I actually love what I do and I don't want that to be the end. So I had to pull myself back from that then. And
which was the... what was the fight after Liam Smith?
Who did I come back with? Can't remember. Do you want me to check?
Yeah, go on.
Can't fucking think now.
So you regretted that instantly?
Yeah, I know. I think it was an Argentinian fella in Liverpool, I believe. Yeah, it was just an 8 round or whatever. But going back to that, that's when I really kicked myself.
Yeah.
Because I thought, I've got all this money, I don't care. But once I had the money and it was confirmed that it's done, then I thought,
it's not everything, like.
But what am I without boxing?
Yeah.
This is what I do. I need to be winning, and you know, you can have as much money as you want if that's what you love doing. Then what good are you without it?
Right, you like, you know, at that age you like partying and stuff, or whatever and stuff. But you are quite money savvy, you know, quite business savvy. You know, you don't just go blowing money on anything. So did you, at that age, was you blowing money then, or was you investing?
I blew a good couple of quid.
Yeah.
But I even spend quite a bit of money to this day. But like, I like nice things.
Yeah. I find you smart with it though.
Yeah, right. I bought a couple of, obviously when we're in detail, right, like a couple of houses.
Yeah.
And So yeah, like most people earning money at the younger age, they just throw it.
Throw away, yeah.
But yeah, so I'm alright now. But I don't live extreme. I do like nice things,
Yeah.
but I'm not like mental tight either. So I feel like I've got a good balance.
Yeah. If you would give me 300 grand at 31, I'd be up there in a graveyard somewhere probably.
23.
At, how old was you?
23.
23, yeah,
23,
yeah.
24 maybe at
Yeah.
this stage, the second fight. Yeah, it's like most people, as you just said, wouldn't be able to cope with that.
No.
Like, being where we're from.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's just easy to go down the wrong path and the wrong lifestyle as well, isn't it?
But lucky enough, that was actually what kicked me into gear, like, you know.
What was up until this point? Which British title meant the most to you winning?
Probably the second,
Yeah.
because although the first was a big thing, I won the British title. To then, that was a difficult one really. But to then go and win it twice,
Yeah.
it's like against somebody like Mark Efron as well. I think that's what meant a little bit more to me as well.
Yeah.
Because going into the fight, the build up for months was Liam Williams is going to get fucking blown out of the water. Don't forget that I'm a light middleweight, and I spoke to somebody in Frank Warren's office. I think it might have been Andy Adam, and he says to me, "Look, Metcalf has pulled out. What do you think we're moving up weight to fight in Ronnie Efron?" And I said, "Yeah, just do it."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, Mark.
Yeah.
Don't you want to go and speak?" I said, "No, I don't need to speak." I said, "Let's do it." So like 6 weeks before that, this is 6 weeks before, I said, "I'll take it, no problem. I've been training anyway. £6, not a problem. I'm big for the weight, and I was struggling anyway." But he was like, he was gobsmacked. He said, "Don't you want to go and discuss and
Yeah.
you know, pros and cons?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Nah, just fucking do it." And obviously I went and won, so it was a big thing for me, that.
And then after the titles, after you fought good opponents for the British titles, and then when you defending, you was just smashing people to the water, absolutely, smashing everybody, and then you got the call up for the world title.
Yeah.
Where was you when you got that phone call?
Do you know, I don't know. I honestly can't remember. I haven't got the best memory anyway, but yeah, I remember I was actually chasing it for a while, I think, because
Oh, you was calling him out for ages, calling him on about his dreadlocks and stuff,
right, the actual confirmation of like the fight's done, are we good to take it? I was can't actually remember that conversation, but I do remember I was obviously buzzing, and even more buzzing that it was Andrade, because everyone was avoiding him.
Yeah.
I wanted to go and just prove a point of like,
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. And he's 3-time world champion. There's one thing like fighting a current world champion, a 3-time world champion. Is like you're going into even bigger fights.
Yeah.
It's double bubble like.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a big thing. Good for me. I love that.
When he was out there, it must have been a completely different experience to fighting over here. Even though he's fighting for titles here, going out to America and fighting for a world title, that must have been absolutely mind-blowing for the whole experience.
Yeah, it was wild because it was obviously like I boxed in Miami, so I can't actually think. It's so mad, like it might have been 8 hours or something. I might be lying there.
Yeah.
If I remember right, it was like 8 hours, and so it took me a little while to come out. When I first got there, I was trying to do a bit of pads and running and stuff, and I was thinking, fuck me, don't feel good, you know. This is going to backfire on me.
Yeah.
But I come round to it a little bit. I don't feel that I 100% was right in the fight, like in terms of the time. Still, no excuse. It does throw you off and stuff, you know. You know, even just like wake up in the morning and you can't text your parents.
Yeah.
Like whatever that might be, just throws you off in that sense as well. The heat, roasting. Couldn't go out in the sun for long, it was just draining. But yeah, it was a great experience. And also, things were slightly, what's the word I'm looking for? It was towards the back end of lockdown. No, it was mid-lockdown.
Yeah, yeah.
So there weren't many people there either. I could take like 4 people with me. So I had, it was myself, my brother-in-law, Chenko, Kyle,
Yeah.
and Big Evs.
Evs, yeah.
So there, so it's not 3 people, 4 including myself. And it was just a bit mad, but nevertheless, great experience and something I always remember.
What about, talk us through the fight a little bit. How you think it went, how you was going?
The fight was, you know, it was one of them. Andre's very slick, skillful. Always was going to be a hard fight.
Yeah.
But I tried to bite on the country, just keep pushing. I knew it was going to be a rough night.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to take some stick, you know. But I believe it done all right in the fight, quite well. I nearly had him gone in the ninth round. And his legs kind of buckled. And if I could just clipped him with that one more shot, it would have been done. I know it would have. But he's just that slippery. Could not fucking. Can you?
Yeah. And he's just completely unorthodox, and he's just, you don't even know what I don't think half the time he knows what he's going to do himself.
No, he's all over the shot.
Yeah.
He hit me with some shots, he hit me with some of them uppercuts and...
Big puncher?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Very good at...
Really good puncher?
But he's not known for being a massive puncher.
No, yeah.
But I think I was surprised by him. I was surprised because I thought he was more
slick, yeah.
And all that, but I was quite shocked. And how I stood standing off some of them shots, only God knows how.
Biggest punch you've been in with up until this point to Mark Efron?
Yeah, he's probably the best punch.
Yeah.
He was the one with the shots I felt like, fucking hell, another one. Yeah, I just had the spike on the gum should I say, and keep plodding forward. I would say he's probably the hardest puncher I've ever been in with.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think, I think...
Because he's got the accuracy and everything to go along with it.
I think if he planted his feet more as well in a fight, maybe he's got probably an extraordinary puncher.
Yeah. But these shots I'm talking about, they were the ones like the lead uppercut where he's just almost touching the floor and fucking
Yeah.
So obviously his dad did probably put a bit more onto him. But yeah, he could crack and rate him so fucking high.
Yeah? What was he like after the fight? Did he meet up and stuff after?
Sound, yeah, me and Chenko actually. We like, bumped into him outside the hotel and me and Chenko was having 1 or 2 drinks. And we sat down and had a drink with him and his mate and that.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. No, like for long.
Yeah.
Still had a drink. Whilst we were having a drink, it was a 10-minute conversation. And bounced like, sound. I thought he was a strange character before the fight. I thought probably weirdo, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he was actually a gentleman. He's a really good guy.
What about being over there? Was it kind of hostile in and around? But if it was in lockdown, I can't imagine, like you said, there's many people there. So was it?
It was a lockdown in terms of the fight.
Yeah.
The area and the supermarkets, it was all normal.
Right.
But I just didn't want to pile everybody in one place. I didn't like. He wasn't really hostile, but I didn't give a shit anyway. Stuff like that. It didn't bother me.
Even though you lost, was that the highlight of between? What would you say, right? So we've gone through now your professional debut, winning your first title, winning the British title, and fighting for the world title. Out of them 4, what was the biggest moment for you in feeling wise?
It has to be fighting for the world title, and at the time, it didn't feel good.
Yeah.
But now looking back, it obviously does feel
it's
good.
It's an extraordinary achievement to even get to that level.
Obviously, like I believed in myself. I thought I was going to become world champion. Genuinely did, and I didn't quite make that. Fell a little bit short, but it's still a big thing. How many people do that? You know.
Fuck, it's like 1% there. It's 1%.
It's small. So I'm proud of that.
Yeah, class. Well then, obviously you'd come off then. You've got a couple of wins then.
Yeah.
After the thing. You're going in with Hamza Shiraz after some time off and stuff. It didn't go your way. That wasn't really the Liam Williams that we used to seeing then in here either.
Yeah, I think basically right. I thought I was going to walk through Shiraz. I genuinely thought I was going to fucking hammer him, no question about it. But there's no excuses. the thing for me, which I haven't really spoken much, like before, I was on you didn't say Eubank there.
Oh, Eubank. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Eubank. Yeah.
So Eubank, the thing, when I was training for Eubank the first time, didn't tell anybody this because I didn't want it to impact the fight after I pulled out. So I pulled out with like a shoulder injury or something, yeah. But actually I had concussion. I got elbowed in the head in sparring and drove all the way home from Sheffield, got outside the house and I'm thinking, fuck me, how have I just got here? I think, I had a little flashback, I think I even got pulled on the way home, you know.
Well, you don't literally remember anything of your journey.
On the way home, but I don't know, I might have just dreamt as well.
Yeah.
And I also been in a shop at some stage, looking for a bottle of water because I was thirsty. And I walked in and I couldn't see the water and I was walking around and I just left. I left because I felt like really scatty.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird.
Scary, isn't it?
Everyone was looking at me. I thought, fuck this, I'm going.
Scary.
I thirsty I am. And then I thought I got pulled and I got home. I thought, how the fuck have I just got here? Dangerous. Went to the hospital. Concussion is that. Do not fight. You got concussion. Do you know about double concussion? You can drop dead. Yeah. So there's me. I got concussion. I take the Eubank fight and I go through with it. And I fight them fucking 6 weeks later. So I'm taking these shots in the fight and I'm going down off nothing shots. Normally, which I would chew them up and ask for more. That was basically top and bottom of that fight. I know I could have beat Eubank because I pinched a good few rounds of him anyway.
Well, if I'm watching, I don't know, apart from the rounds that he's knocked you down in, you were practically winning all around. And I'm not saying that because you're just in front of me, you know what I mean?
When I stayed at my feet, I won the majority of the rounds.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Because he's doing nothing. He's doing nothing.
I just couldn't stay on my feet. I was all over the shop. And from that point, I had concussion after Andrade. I had concussion in the build-up of Eubank. And I think that was when it started going wrong.
Yeah.
Right? Because I don't think I ever... So, in total, I had 3 concussions in the space of 18 months. Probably about 16 months maybe. And then, obviously, we were talking about the Hamza Shiraz fight.
Yeah.
He's known as a big puncher. I was, in my mind, I was going in there, I was going to hammer him. But as soon as I got clipped on the chin, it was a different story.
Yeah.
I couldn't take a shot.
So, like... Do you remember much of his power? Is he that much of a big power, or do you think it was mostly... Yeah.
You can obviously hit.
Yeah, obviously, he's a big guy.
No, he didn't once hit me.
But like Andrade hit harder.
Yeah. But he hit me a lot cleaner.
Yeah.
Whereas Shiraz hit me a few times, but nothing was like on the button.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not doubting his power at all. But I just didn't get to experience
Yeah.
And even when I got stopped, I wasn't hurt. But I was...
dazed, like...
Yeah, just wasn't in the room.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. How do you find your losses?
How do I...
Find your losses after? How do you deal with your losses? Do they affect you massively? Or do you kind of... obviously you've got a strong mentality. Do you kind of think, God, I don't know why I got to get on with it now?
Yes, what's the point? Why would... I know I can't, I'm making it sound a simple thing. Why does a loss bother someone?
Yeah.
What's the fucking point? Can't go back and change it. Move forward.
We kind of got that Mayweather era now running, and we saw losses like the end of your career.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone needs to be undefeated now.
It's not. But I just think what good is thinking and beating yourself up for a loss when you're never going to change it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's on BoxRec. Everybody knows about it. There's videos of it. Nothing changing.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
What about like after your fights, even the fight to the win, sometimes you get a lot of stick on like social media and stuff, and that as well. But you were giving it as well. Like does that ever irritate you? Especially when most of them are like potato couches, never had a fight in their life, and they're like, oh, you're shit.
Yeah, and you're all sat and you fucking understand.
Yeah.
Fucking the spun crack.
Yeah. Fucking stiff socks everywhere.
Yeah, bits of fucking pizza dropped out. It's just like, joke aside, it's just pathetic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know, even if, like, someone I didn't like, right, as a person, if they failed or lost or whatever that may be, I would never ever go on the internet and slag them.
Yeah, no.
Right? Because the way you need to look at it is they've gone in there and given it their best.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of balls to get in
Yeah.
for a start. And especially if that person have never had a fight or like what position are they into.
Oh, none at all. None at all. Like,
Exactly,
like you can
you
even
just have to-
like some of them are like, oh fucking hell, I would have done this, so I would have done that. I can't believe he didn't do it.
wouldn't have done fuck
And you
all.
click on their profile and there's some fucking fat, fucking bearded,
Yeah.
geeky guy. And saying, what
was
you
a
would have
picture
done
of a
fucking.
footballer or fucking race car.
Yeah, yeah. Him holding a fucking cod like that or something, a fucking fish, a fucking carp. You think you ain't gonna do nothing. What is it?
Pathetic, man.
But so none of that ever gets to you, apart from maybe making a bit ratty angry.
Yeah, sometimes I just think I'm just I'm quite hot-headed. I don't really care, but I'm just like I'm one of them ones who just thinks fucking it is what it is, fuck off and
Yeah.
grow up more.
Yeah.
Really. So John, can I pause that a minute?
Yeah, crack on, mate.
A few moments later.
Check your hair, no more. So we'll get on to now. I think a question that everybody's asking. It's been on everyone's mind since the last fight. What's happening now?
I'm just taking, I think, a well-needed rest. Obviously, past 2 years or whatever has been hard. Physically, and I've had a couple of things going on. Nothing too extreme. I'm okay and everything, but just taking a bit of a rest, just to reset and we'll see. But right now at this stage, I'm feeling okay whilst not doing anything. So I'm probably just edging towards not fighting again, probably. But I don't know. You know, when you're a fighter, you're always a fighter. So
Yeah.
who's saying 2 or 3 months I might change my mind? But as of right now, I think I'm not going to keep hanging on, keeping everybody waiting.
Yeah.
Like when I know. But right now, I'm not 100%. But I think that's probably going to be the outcome. To be honest with you.
Have you had any offers sliding across the table since, or are everybody kind of getting the gist or
No.
giving out some time?
No, simply because I think I would have, but I spoke to Anto and I told him, this is what I'm doing. I'm
Right.
switching.
Yeah.
I said to him, don't offer me any fights. I told him not to until we confirm, because obviously if he's to offer me a fight, a couple $100 grand, I'm going to say the score. When is it?
Yeah.
I'll be there. So I didn't want him to. I probably would have had a couple of offers, but as I said, I just said don't offer it, because if you do, then that's gonna it's not gonna be a genuine decision. I need to think clear-minded without
money motivating.
carrot being dangled.
Yeah.
A certain amount of money at the end of it and all that. So just leave me make a decision, and I don't want to be one of these ones who comes back for money.
Yeah.
I want to be boxing for the love of it rather than coming back for a couple of quid,
Is there a fight in your mind which you think, oh, that could get me motivated?
Not really, to be honest with you, other than obviously one of the massive names,
Yeah.
which I doubt I would get now anyway.
Yeah.
Because they then fights which you have to build your way up to, and you have to be number one and top couple or whatever. But in terms of the fights that I would be offered at this stage, probably some big ones still there, but not big enough to really get me going again.
Yeah. Your brotherhood was, connected back with Gary Lockett after a couple of years, of you travelling and going elsewhere and finding your feet. What is Gary sort of saying after the last fight?
Gary hasn't said to me, you have to retire. You know, or he hasn't said to me, come back. He's
Just letting him get
he's very much on a page of like, you've had quite an hard career, you've been in some good fights.
Yeah.
You make a decision. If it makes you happy to not box or box again, that's on you. Let me know. we've been in contact and we speak a couple of times.
Yeah.
Me and Gary speak a couple of times a week, so we could. He's not just my friend, we're mates anyway. So he said, just let me know. But all honesty, I think he'd prefer to see me not fight again.
Yeah.
Because I know Gary loves me as a friend, and he wants the best for me, and he wants me to be healthy. I've had a good run. Quit while I go is good type of thing, you know.
Well, like, if you sit, which I'm probably imagining that you have, but if you, like, sat, you know, in your own company maybe and just sat and chilled and just reflected on the things you've done in your career, it's an unbelievable achievement. Something that many people could only dream of.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you've captured all the titles, you've been in the big fights, you've been to America and had a world title shot.
Yeah.
It's something that most people, you know, even these up and coming fighters, and not only that, you're now someone who every Welsh fighter can look up to. That,
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. No, you're right there. It's like instead of sitting down, like I don't sit down all the time. I am
you should
proud.
take up cigars, brother.
I am proud of my achievements. I am. Like, obviously the icing on the cake would be to become world champion, but that's a big thing. That's not just like, oh yeah, I can go back. You know, it's a massive thing. I can't be disappointed because I didn't.
It's dampening your achievements by thinking for that one
I
thing.
was nearly there. Didn't do. Okay, that's fine. Most people don't get to challenge for it.
Yeah.
So it's like I not kick myself, but it does disappoint me a little bit, to be honest with you. But overall, I'm happy. I've been on a great journey, and I've taken a lot of other people on that great journey with me. So yeah.
What does your old man kind of say to you when you've taken a loss? Because your old man's a tough man himself, and he's a tough, you know, old school guy. What does he kind of?
He's always been. If I took a loss in the past, this is what makes me, because I respect my man so much. He's like, we argue like hell, yeah.
Yeah.
Like me and my man, this relationship, like I could have a bit of a bicker with him. I could walk out of the room and say, "You fat cunt." Yeah. You're a fat cunt, I hate you. Yeah. And I could walk back in the room 10 minutes later and what's happening, right? Like,
well, you were going to be that age one day. You're going to be putting the pounds on, you know. I don't know. But it's harder for you to lose the weight.
Pretty guy with a fat cunt.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of a belly, like he's only 55 years old.
Yeah.
He's solid, like my man.
Yeah.
But I could walk out of the room, call him fat cunt, fat prick, whatever, and walk back in 10 minutes later. But I respect my man so much, like we tight, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very tight. And he've always been like, it is what it is, disappointing, get back on the horse, get back to her. But this time, he's like, Liam, I want this to be the end.
Yeah.
And I respect that, because I know, I can think the same way. I don't want it to go too far and end up 10, 15, 20 years time. I can't fucking say my own name properly.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that guy. And for what?
Well, you're going to look like James Toney and stuff like that now. Look at
For what? For a couple of quid? Like,
yeah.
What gives me on a couple of quid when I can use my
Use
money
it, yeah.
to spend it properly, do you know what I mean? So, my man's very much on the road of, he's happy for me to knock her in the head.
Yeah.
And that's because he cares, you know?
Yeah.
If for him to go to me, no, Liam, no, you need a couple more. What does he want to be? Is it because he's losing some kind of limelight to a certain extent? My man didn't give a shit about himself. He cares about me and not me, so respect that.
Awesome. So I think, have we got anything else to say, finish up for any sponsors or anything you want to thank before we call it a day?
No, just thanks to everyone. Obviously, continued support, always been great. Obviously, I've started this new thing now, training people in my own gym and stuff. So, Max Blue Air Conditioning, MP Group. MP Group's been a long time supporter of the journey. And
They've been like from the start, they haven't they?
Yeah, he's sponsored me from day dot. Really.
Yeah.
This guy, he's come on more recently, but he's in a short space of time. He's become a good friend of mine, Ryan, and the journey's looking good. It's we're on a good path. So thanks to everybody.
Awesome. Thank you everyone for watching. This episode was sponsored by Gents of Brooklyn UK. if you're in the Cardiff area, get yourselves down here and get yourself an haircut and get treated like a gentleman while coming out with a fresh look. And we're also going to give us another shout out to the Skinny. Very, very flavourful drink and less calories. So thank you very much. Liam, thank you very much for joining me.
We got to spin it to finish it off.
Fuck that. I'll be sick everywhere.